And also what needs to be discussed more is the digital ID, how this cannot go forward, because it is the very evil that brings so much together. And if you've been seeing the news this week, some banks are starting to put on how much carbon you're using with your purchases. And some companies are putting it on things like sandwiches or whatever you're purchasing, so you can see how much carbon has gone into that product. So it's obvious to anyone who's been kind of keeping awake these last few years that Build Back Better from COVID is all part of this Agenda 2030. And Agenda 2030 has stretch targets in it. For example, you're not allowed to fly more than once every 2 years. You can only buy so many new clothes. Won't be a problem for me. You can't eat meat. You can't travel. You can't drive your car. Basically, you'll be a slave and told what you can eat. Bugs, I think, will be fine. You can eat loads of bugs, according to Bill Gates. Luckily, his fake meat company's not doing very well. But yes, we are the carbon they want to tax, and it's plain as day as to their strategy. So I've said loads and loads of time how CO2 is 0.04% of the atmosphere. 97% is from natural sources, volcanoes, and the oceans. You buying a sandwich, eating a steak has no effect on the planet. You know, the huge ball in the sky that unfortunately we haven't seen for 10 days in the UK, that affects the planet and the climate and the temperatures, not CO2. Never in history has it been proven to show CO2 affects temperature, just that it follows a rise in temperature with some lag because it greens the planet and provides shade and shelter. And it's obvious to me that the people pushing this hate nature, they hate beauty, they hate anything that makes you feel good, they hate life, you know, whether it's turbines in the sea killing whales and dolphins, or solar panels on our beautiful countryside and destroying food security, whether it's spraying the air with sulfur dioxide and aluminium oxide, which is really bad for humans, and acid rain and ozone layers. These people do not like nature. They're not out there cleaning the seas and rivers. They're not out there cleaning our hedgerows and country lanes. They're not doing things that are beneficial to humans or this planet. So the idea that they want to track your carbon is for the good of the planet is insane, when they're spraying sulfur, you know, and aluminium, and plastering your fields in metal that's slave made and non-recyclable, and all these EVs that are made with batteries that need loads of mining for minerals that poison the local water supply, use child labour, yada yada yada. These people are not the planet's friends. And with the climate con, you know, we're still coming out of a mini ice age, by the way. We've had many times that are much hotter than today, Jesus times, Roman, whatever. You know, in the Roman times, we had grapevines here all the way up to Northumberland, right? There's a reason people wore togas and sandals, because it was warmer than it is today, a lot warmer than it is today. So these climate con artists, you know, in the 60s, they said oil would be gone. 70s, it was going to be an ice age. 80s, it was acid rain. They don't care about acid rain now because they're literally spraying sulfur dioxide in the air. That causes acid rain. 90s, the ozone layer would be destroyed. Again, the ozone layer will be destroyed if they continue to spray sulfur dioxide into the air. 2000, the glaciers would all melt in 10 years. 2010, the east and west coast of USA would be gone underwater in 10 years, and the coral reef was going to be destroyed. I think the coral reef is flourishing, just like polar bears and everything else that they've threatened us was going to happen. None of this happened, but every time taxes increased and control increased. The difference here is with digital ID, tracking everything you do, nobody will ever be able to escape from it. That is it. They do not care about the planet. They do not care about beauty and nature like I do. They care about control, and they care about minimizing the life of the useless eaters. That's you and me. Digital ID cannot progress.